Alright, I guess I am doing the Mario tier list right now. Let's listen to some music. Let's make sure it's not too loud. Of course, it's the Mario 1 song. What do we expect? Well, we did it! We got it all the way through our Mario series series. And, as I tend to do at the end of these, why not make a little tier list to go with it? I like tier list. So, I don't know, I'm not gonna put too much logic or reason into it. This is just how I feel about each of the games. I was thinking, like, what if I do it based on how they stack up to each other, plus the historical significance, blah blah. I'm like, no. I'm gonna put them where I want to put them. So let's start with Mario 1, which you're listening to right now. And, I think it might actually help if I put these on, so I'm hearing the music, but the stream isn't hearing double audio. Yeah, that'd be smart. I am a very good streamer. I've been doing so many streams with, without the headphones on, I just forgot to put the headphones back on, you know? It happens. Anyway. Mario 1. The classic. The best game ever made. No. One of the most important games ever made, I will say for sure. I definitely made it, known that I prefer the All-Stars version. We'll get the All-Stars in a second. And, but I still think it's fun to play. It's a little rough, sure. A little simple. I still feel like I can go back and discover a lot of little secrets and new ways to play, and it's... I don't know what to tell you, like, it's a good game. Is it one of the best Mario games ever still? No. But it is worth playing. It is worth calling back to. It is worth revisiting. Worth experiencing. So I think... I'll put it right here in B tier. Feels pretty fair. Mario Bros. 2, aka The Lost Levels. This is gonna be the only entry down here in DNF. And I might never finish this game. I don't know. I might have more opinions on this if I ever go back to it and try to give it a fair shake, but it just felt like too annoying, too rough, and why waste my time when I can play more fun games? Mario Bros. 2, the other one. I feel like I can make a case for this being the actual best NES game, and I know some people will be like, what the fuck are you talking about? You suck, but, I don't know, like, yeah, sure, it wasn't meant to be a Mario game originally. But, like, it has the Mario name now. Mario games call back to it, use elements from it. So, it's a Mario game. It's a Mario game. There's just no debate anymore. It's just a Mario game. It's a very fun one, like... Yeah, it has a lot of gimmicks that don't return in later games. Well, I already just said it brings back stuff. That's not even true. Like, it brings back the gimmicks, it just does them in a different way. So... Actually, come to think of it, you know, carrying stuff from Mario 2, you could say is a direct predecessor to carrying stuff from Mario World. I think it's really fun. I think that it's, there's not a whole lot in the way of really, really rough and annoying segments. It aged pretty well. The boss fights are pretty fun. And it's not to say that it's, an easy game. It's probably the easiest of the 3 NES games, I will say, but... Things might rearrange as I go. I think for now I'm gonna put it in B tier as well. Right next to its, console counterpart, Contemporary. This is Yoshi music, what's it doing in this playlist? Again, I might move around, we shall see. And then there's Mario 3. I mean, it is iconic. It was definitely a leap forward for the Mario formula, especially like the original formula. Graphically, it's great. One of the best things you can do is look at the graphics of Mario 1 to Mario 2 to Mario 3 and be like, god damn, they really progress. I think even Japanese Mario 2, or rather, NES Mario 2, isn't exactly one-to-one with Mario 1. Like, same tile set more or less, but I think there's still some more details in this game that make it stand apart. If only I ever really played the All-Stars versions, I can't be sure, but... I can't deny the ambition in this game as well. Especially with it doing a lot of things like bringing the airships. Tsunuki Suit being the first flight power-up. I said Mario World was the carry one. This is the carry one. Like, that slipped my mind for a second. This is the one that brought carrying, well, continue bringing... It made carrying what it would be for the rest of the series, there. It had the item box, or... It's called item box, right? Which is a very nice thing to have. It is an overall good game. I think that's only really overshadowed by future games having, like, better physics and whatnot. So yeah, it had a movie. The Wizard was about Mario 3. So Mario 3 was definitely an event. And definitely... Yeah, as much as I say this might be my favorite of the 3 NES games, Mario 3 is still, like, really damn good. And based on that thought process, I think I'm going to slot it right here for now. Again, we'll be coming back to it later to fully analyze. But on that note, Mario All-Stars, I think I'm just going to stick it in A, because, I mean, like, you get the trilogy and this thing. And you get them in one complete package with saving, which, you know, is less of a selling point now that we have save states in the modern era, but... It's a nice coat of paint. It's my favorite way to play Mario 1. I love how it looks. I mean, your botch may vary in some of the remixes, but I think it looks great, sounds great. It's a very convenient package, so, and it's my preferred way to play these games. So that's an easy A rank for All-Stars. And then there's Mario World, which to me might still be the definitive 2D Mario. Like, yeah, it has the world map from Mario 3, but it makes it interconnected. It has all the secret exits. Adds Yoshi as the cape. Which fucking rules. Fuck the haters. Oh, you can skip stages too easily if you use the cape. Don't skip the fucking stage then. What can I say? I'm just doing Mario games core. Specifically the ones I streamed, so anyway. Plus, it feels much better to play than 3. You can also throw things upwards when you're carrying. It adds, like, a lot more gimmicks. I guess you could say the Koopaling fights aren't that fun compared to Mario 3, or at least not as challenging. I don't know, though. Like, Mario World feels like a real adventure. It's funny looking at how, like, Mario Bros. Started the whole thing, Mario 3 refined it, and codified many things, and Mario World refined those codified things, and then that kind of set the stage for 2D Mario. But I will show my bias a bit, and also due to it being one of my first games of all time, this game is going right up here in S tier. It's one of the best video games ever, in my opinion. One of my favorite games of all time. It deserves to be up there. Now here's Mario Land. This one is controversial, especially in hindsight. I really like this game, though. I love the music. It is a bite-sized adventure. It does do some weird things, like, why is that the Starman music? Why did they choose that to be the Starman music? Hearts are 1-ups. I mean, maybe they did that because of the Game Boy not having colors. They wanted to distinguish the 1-up mushrooms from the Super Mushrooms. You've got exploding Koopas. You've got a very stereotypical song for the Chinese level. It's a short game, but it's a fun game. It's near and dear to my heart. I'm going to put it... That said, though, I'm going to put it in B tier below the other ones. What is this song? It's from Thousand Year Door, okay. Like, I gotta reiterate, there are, like, no bad Mario games. So, except for, like, maybe one I'm thinking of, this is probably gonna be, like, the lowest tier any of them get. One or two, we shall see. Now, Super Mario Land 2... I know a lot of people like it more, I personally don't. But that's just me, that's my nostalgic attachment to Mario Land. It is kind of an improvement, but at the same time it does feel sort of like... I mean, that sounds unfair, I shouldn't say that. I was gonna say, this sort of feels like a budget version of Mario World, like why would you play Land 2 when World exists, but... Land 2 does its own things, like it has Wario, that's kind of a big deal. It has the Toy Land, which is unique and cool. Like, really, all of its levels are unique. So I don't know why that would be a thing I would even say it. The bunny power-up... I don't know. It's not really my thing either, but... like, it doesn't seem to add a whole lot. But, you know, different versions of hovering or floating has become a thing in the Mario series after this. But yeah, I'm gonna put on a B tier right behind Mario Land 1. It feels weird to put anything below Mario 1, but I don't know, I still like Mario 1. I still think it's an iconic game. Super Mario 64, oh boy. That's, the first 3D game I ever played. The first 3D game a lot of people have played. It was a huge deal, like, it blew my mind as a kid. And it's funny how, like, when they made this game, they were like, okay, how do we bring Mario in 3D? I know, let's completely rewrite the formula entirely. And then that became just about as iconic as the original format. And not to say they wouldn't go back to the original format in 3D games later on, but they basically created a genre. Twice. Well, I guess Mario Bros. Didn't really create the genre, but it definitely perfected it. At the time. But that would be the way many of the 3D Mario games, plus many games in general, would just go from then on. It definitely feels like a game where you had to be there to see, like, the full impact of what this game did for the industry. But I still think it's fun to go back to. Like, it's definitely aged. Yeah, she's over here being annoying and evil, but... and there are definitely some very frustrating levels, especially in the very end of the game. And it's definitely not as smooth as, like, a modern Mario game would be, but... here's the thing. This moveset still feels really good to perfect and to pull tricks off with. I think the only real downside of this moveset is the whole... Mario will sometimes turn around instantly, or he'll just loop around and then fall off a cliff. It's just that part's annoying, but other than that, I can't, like, wall jumps are a little bit tricky to get right sometimes, but... the moveset feels deliberate, and again, mastering it feels good. The stuff you can pull off in that game is wild, and that's why I still think of Mario 64 fondly. Yeah, there are some stars and secrets that are a little bit like, what the hell are they doing? Or they're like just sort of just sitting there. Speaking of Mario 64, that complaint they have about Odyssey has been here the whole time. But it's a fun time. I might rearrange this later. Again, I keep saying this, but I think for now I'm definitely gonna stick it up in S tier, because it is a defining Mario, a defining game. It's just really fun. That brings us to Mario Sunshine, which, along with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4, was my first ever GameCube game. So both of those games are very near and dear to me. That said, this recent replay of Sunshine has kind of opened my eyes a bit to... yeah, there's a lot of rough elements to this game. lot of, it feels like it got rushed. And I believe that is part of the story, but there's still some Baja Blast. It's tropical, just like Mario Sunshine. I think the FLUDD gimmicks are fine. I enjoy them. I do kind of think it might have been better if they gave you the hover and rocket nozzles permanent upgrades rather than situational things. And this whole melting Yoshi thing, which is also weird. I definitely understand now the structure issues people have with the fact that you have to do every single stage's 7th shine to defeat Shadow Mario and every single stage just to get to the end game. Instead of like every other 3D Mario game where it's just get a certain number of MacGuffins and you're good to go. So I definitely understand the structural complaints, because you can't just skip shines that you don't like or are having too much trouble with. That's annoying. Some of the bonus stages, not the floodless ones like the other side stages that you can get to and unlock, like the Poison River. Some of those fucking suck. The blue coin proliferation, oversaturation sucks. Banger, but all that said, I still hold this game very near to me. I really enjoy, like, the vibes, the graphics, the music. Even if it is a rougher game, I was thinking about putting it down in B tier with the others, but I feel like I just can't do that. I would still revisit this game anytime. I think for now I might slot it here below All Stars. It might change. We'll see, we'll come back. And my new soup is going into the new tier called, Who Fucking Cares? No. It's hard to compile my thoughts for this game. I'm not a big new soup fan. It's well documented. I need to, like, reopen a tab here. The tab's not here anymore. Let me go get that tab. Reopen it. That's some rules. Let me see if I put thoughts about this game into the description so I can regain something. I didn't put too much here. Yeah, I just find this game too bland. Again, at the time it was a huge deal. Hey, Lily. Because when it came out, it was the first 2D Mario game since Mario World. There was a 15-year gap. It was a big deal. But, happy 20th anniversary, New Super Mario Bros., by the way. But then it spawned 3 very similar sequels. It caused oversaturation, and we all just got tired of it. I know a lot of people still stand by the original one, as being like the best one. I just don't see it. I think there's some fun ideas that they didn't really fully execute well, or to the full potential, like the shell suit. I see what they were doing with the mini mushroom. It's fun. I kind of like that. Actually, thinking on it, the bosses in this game were pretty good. We'll give them that. So they weren't all Bowser or Koopalings. They were all pretty unique. So, despite like my indifference to it, I think I'm willing to put it up in B tier. But it is not going to go any higher. I would pick any of these over New Soup, I think. I'll see. I might come back to my evaluation of 2 and 3 later, Lily, but I'm just not an NES Mario truther like I am with Mario World. Anyway, Mario Galaxy. This is why I might have to re-evaluate 64's position, because I've said I've said this in previous streams. 64 and Sunshine are both good games, both near and dear to me, but they are here and Galaxy is up here. To kind of give away my thoughts. Oh yeah, the saves is definitely part of why I put this up here, but Galaxy's just a magical game. It's beautiful. It's probably the best soundtrack in the Mario series. It's close at the very least, but it's not that close. It does kind of loop in Galaxy 2 as well, but there's just so many cool sights. So many inventive ideas. It's the one Mario game in the series with any semblance of a story, and it's I'm not gonna act like it's a masterpiece of a story, but it is nice for what it is. Like, sure, maybe the Bowser fights are kind of weak. But there's so much magic and joy in this game. And just some wonder. Not that wonder, but the space kind of wonder, and it's just... I might be willing to put this at the top of the top. I am fighting my nostalgic attachment to Mario World, but I think at the very least it has to go right here. And there's new Super Mario Bros. Wii. Yeah, that's the, yeah, Mario 2. Alright, I streamed this back when Luna was having a tooth problem. She is fine now. That was in August, and now we're in April, so 8 months later, she's doing well. That's a good update, actually. I'm glad we got that. Got that out the way, but... I do think New Super Mario Bros. Wii is better than DS. But as I sit here and think about it, I'm having trouble recalling a whole lot of details about it. That's just the problem with these games, like, they just play it too safe. And that was the problem with New Super Mario Bros. From the start. Like, they added some new things, but for the most part, it was still a pretty safe Mario game. I think... Okay, we had the Koopalings, and they had some fun fights. I think DS does probably have better bosses? I'm pretty sure I enjoyed the Wii version more, though. Despite the goofy touch controls, or not touch controls, toe controls. I don't think I would count it among my favorite Mario games. Maybe once upon a time when there were fewer Mario games, but now we're... Well, actually, there's a lot of Mario games already, so... Not even back then. I'll just slot it right there. I think. I'll leave it there. Galaxy 2. Take everything about Mario Galaxy 1 that was good. Except for the story, because 2 doesn't really do that. And Galaxy 2 really refines, like, the level design philosophy. And it adds Yoshi. I will say, I do think Galaxy 1 does win out a little bit in the soundtrack department, but Galaxy 2 soundtrack is still really fucking good, too. And I think it's good that both games do a slightly different approach to things, so they can stand apart on their own while still both being really two of the best games ever made, two of the best Mario games. There are so many strong points to both games that I don't like putting them against each other anymore. It used to be I'd be like, oh yeah, Galaxy 2 is the better one, but now I've played both again recently, I'm like, God, these games are both just so fucking phenomenal. I mean, for my part, yes, I do think Galaxy 2 is above Galaxy 1. But there's so much good shit in both that it hardly fucking matters. And it's a little cop-outy, I think, but I think, I don't know, it's just really good. I think it's definitely worth, playing both and forming your own opinion, and yeah, maybe you have a legit reason to like one over the other and not like the other. It's fair, but for me, I just find both games so fucking good, it's hardly worth the conversation. I will just tell people, play them both. Because They're just both that good. Hi, Mitsu. Nope, we are tier listing now. So sorry about that. Mario Paint, it went. But I guess I'll talk more about that after stream. Alright, now, 3D Land. Just what's up real quick. The 3D Land... It's a good game. I think... Debating where I'd post it in relation to everything else is kind of tough. Because I have said I do think I prefer 3D World. Like, way better than it in almost every respect, which... I mean, yeah. There's stuff about 3D Land that's still good. Like, it has those little goofy 3D perspective things. Fly boss, so does your hand when you get hit. That was quite a noise. I had a reaction to it. Anyway, 3D Land. It's funny because I feel like I'm having trouble recalling a lot about it right now. It's probably just because 3D World is that much better, but 3D World, Lady Land is still really good. This is Mario Kart music. Toad Harbor, in fact. I'm gonna put 3D Land right here, I think. My nostalgia for Sunshine beating it out. The 3D Land good experience. I feel like I'm not saying enough good about it to really sell the game. What can I say? Let's move on to the other 3DS game, New Super Mario Bros. 2. I have to give it this. The coins everywhere gimmick that so many of us mocked when it was announced. It's not that bad. In fact, it honestly adds a nice little bit of like feedback and good tinklies when you play it. It's just that the rest of the game itself is just way, way too bland and safe and existent that I just it's just a new soup problem. And I think that this is the only game, as I alluded to earlier, that's going to make it into the C tier. And my reasoning for that is, it's just not worth playing unless you really want to play every single Mario game. It's not going to be offensive. Like, it's going to be a fine game. Luna, I'm doing stuff, you gotta leave me alone, Rouge. But, yep. Mario 2 can focus off. I mean, yeah, New Soup 2 is, speaking of New Soup. It's the outlier of, like, if you had to play any of these, I would put this one at the bottom. There's nothing wrong with it, it's fine, it's okay. As I seem to recall, actually, the ghost houses in that game were pretty decent. But I would tell you to play any of the other three before this one. In fact, there is one, in particular, I would say to play over all of them, if you could only play one. Which would be this one. New Super Mario Bros. U. It is, funnily enough, in my opinion, on this recent replay, the best of the New Soup games. And part of that is owed to the fact that it does do a couple of unique ideas. Not a lot, but a couple. Has some new backgrounds, it looks nice. It's got a good vibe. It changes the main theme to something that doesn't suck. I'm gonna be bitter about that forever. Again, has good ghost houses. It's wonderful, isn't it? So, if there's any New Super game I would recommend anybody play, it would be this one. It's got a deluxe version on Switch. You could pick that up, or find a copy of the Wii U one if you still have a Wii U. That said, I would probably recommend a bunch of other Mario games before this, but it's still pretty good. Yeah, well, New Soup can fuck itself. I would say this is actually from New Soup Wii, but then again, New Soup 2 reused so much music from New Soup Wii that... I mean, New Soup U still reused some songs too, but... some are new. I'm going to put this... It's actually kind of tough. See, I probably couldn't have told you without... I've got the list up with the songs right here. Okay, so bare minimum I would put it here. I think maybe I would put it here above Land 2, just because I'm not the biggest Land 2 fan, it's fine. In terms of what game would I rather play more? I think that, yeah, I would give this another shot. But I do think I prefer these four more. And yeah, I put Land 1 above 2 because my own personal attachments is mainly the main thing. I think this is fine for New You. It's gonna be a very controversial list, I don't care. I live for controversy. So next game is 3D World. So take everything good about 3D Land and make it better. It's kind of like what I said about Galaxy 2, except then I made some asterisks, but it's not the case here, there are no asterisks. This game has 4 characters, 5 actually, 4 levels, an actual world map again. The level design, for the most part, is a lot better. It's a very nice looking game. It's got one of the best soundtracks in the Mario series. Yeah, it's basically that principle. I didn't expect to love 3D World as much as I did because at the time I was annoyed that it came out so close after 3D Land, but I wanted something more like 64 or Sunshine or Galaxy. But then I played it and I was like, I'm a fucking idiot because this game rules. And basically 3D Land and 3D World are kind of just like revisiting the classic linear level design style in a 3D setting. You could say the Galaxy games are kind of like that, but they're still their own beast. You could say maybe it doesn't do as much original, but I don't believe that's the case, personally. I think taking that style and putting the third dimension to it was enough to make it stand on its own. And it just does everything it does really fucking well. I might move this. It's going to stay in this tier, but I might move this. It's going in S tier. Absolutely. Yeah, no, I just grabbed the template. I like this one the most because it has all the box arts, but it has so many games. Including Link's Awakening. Okay, so this box is for Bowser's Fury specifically. At least that's what I'm using to rank Bowser's Fury. Also, yeah, hang on, I'm going to skip this song. I don't give a shit about Mario Party 6. And plus, that was the next one on the list, so I wanted to hear it. Anyway! I'll say I can totally link it later. I'll link it in chat right now, and I'll probably link it in the YouTube upload. Maybe I'll play Yoshi's Cookie one day. I know it's a puzzle game, but I'm not really a puzzle game person, but it's fine. Bowser's Fury. Bowser's Fury is really fun. A really neat idea. I do feel weird ranking it, because it is very short. It does feel like a demonstration more than a full game. But it's a very good demonstration is the other part of that, is so... Let me see if I wrote anything about it. $12, damn. I just noticed the Tetris 2. What is this one with the shirt? It's not important. Alleyway! This is a goofy tier list I respect it. Back to the tier list. Yeah, this is very hard to rank, because I do think it's very, very good. I also don't know if I would personally pick it over any other game, so I feel like playing a Mario game. So it's tough. Where do I put this? Like, I feel like it's A tier, but I don't know if I would willingly be like, let's play some Bowser's Fury over like a replay of like one of the NES games or even New Soup U, even though I do think it's better than those games personally, in my opinion. But it's a rough one. I don't want to put it in a B tier because that's too low. So I think I'll put it at the bottom of A. I think that's fair, honestly. We're getting down to the wire here. Mario Odyssey. The game that, in my opinion, is the first real true successor to Mario 64. I would hope that would be self-explanatory, but if I may. Sunshine is fairly similar, sure, but it does still give a certain different feel to the progression, because the whole you have to do every shine up through the 7th not shrine, that's Breath of the World, to unlock the ending. Instead of letting you just go off and wherever you want, do what you want, mix and match until you get enough to beat the game. Plus, Sunshine has Flood, which is... it changes the gameplay a bit. There's no long jump. There's no long jump, it can't be a Mario 64 successor. It's mostly a joke. And Galaxy and Galaxy 2 are both kind of ditched the sandbox style to a degree for more linear focus style gameplays. That's why I don't consider them successors. But Odyssey is a true sandbox gameplay successor. And that's mainly the only thing I mean by it being the first real successor to 64. And then it goes on to do all of its own shit. Like the capture mechanic is something new and wild and unique and really fucking cool. It's a very pretty game. God, the capture mechanic is like the main thing I gotta talk about though, because like the layers it adds to the game with all the different obstacle courses and obstacle corpses? Oh no. Obstacle courses to use these capture mechanics in new and cool ways that they usually, most of them I would say even aren't underutilized. Like they give just enough to give each one a unique flavor and unique use, and you can move on. And that was a little audio glitch there. I don't know if y'all heard it, but I did. Anyway. Odyssey is a smart game. It's a fun game, it's a joyful game. Like, I didn't want to stop playing. I made an extra video on it, an extra stream of it, because I just wanted to play it again. I think that speaks for a lot. Because, like, when it came to Galaxy and Galaxy 2, I love these games to death, but I did say that I didn't want to go for full 100% on my own and use my already completed files to check these out. As opposed to Odyssey, where I wanted to get to the final challenge stage on my own on stream, and then I played more after that later. Doesn't work on Linux? Oh no. Change back to Windows? No. It's the one reason. Anyway. That's the difficult problem. Though, is that where Odyssey shines, Galaxy and Galaxy 2 shine in completely different ways. It's like picking a favorite child. Oh, huh. Mario is Missing would go on DNF, but I think it's more like a DNS for Do Not Start. Not like DNS, whatever that actually stands for, dynamic something. I don't know. bare minimum it goes in S tier. Whether or not it goes above or below the Galaxy games, I feel like my brain was just trying to explode, trying to figure it out, because again, they all excel in completely different ways. Oh, my brain is glitching out just trying to figure it out. So let's just go to Mario Wonder, and we'll do our reassessment later. Mario Wonder is the first wholly original 2D Mario game since New Super Mario Bros. On the DS. This was a 2023 game, I believe? That sounds right. So 17 years later, Mario Wonder is older than New Soup was, and then when it came... Sorry, Wonder, when it came out, was older than New Soup was when... No. Mario Wonder, when it came out, was older than Mario World was when New Soup came out. That's what I wanted to say, because I was getting to the point of originality in 2D Mario games. There we go. Even though we had New Soup Wii, and 2, and U, they were basically, I guess, upgraded versions of the previous game. No, it's more than that, but it still reused a bunch of shit. Which is rare for a Mario game. I say rare, but the Galaxy 1 and 2 right here. I mean, 3D Land to 3D World, but that's still a bit of a jump because 3D World has a big leap in visual quality, but it's not what I'm going for here. Rare Mix Mario games? Apparently, the best game on the list, Donkey Kong Country. No. Get back down here. So Wonder had that going for it. A lot going for it, really. It has all the unique Wonder Flower gimmicks, which add a bunch of flavor in there, usually all really fun. Then there's the talking flowers, which I thought were going to be annoying when I saw the trailer, but no, I love those little guys. Like, they add a lot of flavor and charm and fun dialogue to every level. They are welcome in my house. I need to go buy one of the actual ones. No, not really, but... no, I'm not putting those on here, because in my opinion, those are Donkey Kong series games, even if you play as Mario and Stanley in two of them and not actually Donkey Kong. Neither here nor there. Back to Wonder. My complaints with Wonder is that the soundtrack is okay. The main theme is not very good. Until the Switch 2 edition, the bosses also weren't very good. And I am kind of side-eyeing it for requiring a $20 upgrade just to get better bosses. And yeah, it has the multiplayer stuff too, but it sucks that to have some decent boss fights, which again, those Koopaling fights are really good. You gotta pay extra to get them. So that rubs me a little bit the wrong way. I'm going to skip songs a bit in this playlist. Because the next couple ones were from games that I streamed. How much you pay for Link's Awakening 20? Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of economical conversations to be had, but not here. There was again, when it first came out, I was very pleased with the Mario Wonder, and I was like, this just might be the best 2D Mario game. Looking back on it now, there are some elements where it's kind of like, really though? Because I think a lot of the Wonder gimmicks are really cool, but when I think about most of the like regular stages, not a lot of them really kind of stand out in my brain as anything special. It's mostly the Wonder Flower is really bringing out a bunch of really cool ideas, genuinely cool ideas. Again, the boss is kind of weak. The overworld's nice. Visuals are nice. The expressiveness of everything. It's wonderful, but I don't know. I think I've mellowed a bit on Wonder after its release. At the time, it was really cool. It was a really fun game. It is a very good game that I think is worth playing, for sure. I don't know if I hold it in as high a regard as I did before. I do think I would put it above every new Soup game. I no longer think I would put this above World. This is kind of tough. Again, to be clear, there's some really cool gimmicks in this game, and I can't knock it too much. It's just that kind of situation where I put myself in where it's like, S feels too high, A feels too low. And I don't want to do like the plus minus things in between. I've thought about getting a Steam Deck because of the Switch 2. That's a different conversation. That's not a negative for the Switch 2, it's more the Switch 2 is making me believe in portable games again, but anyway. Like, I don't think Wonder is on the level of 3D World to me. I would put above 3D Land, I think. Or would I? I would put above Bowser's Fury, bare minimum. God, this is tough. Like, here's the thing, 3D Land's still really good, even though there's a better version of all its ideas. Because I don't want to feel like I'm targeting Wonder, but I also don't want to give it too much of a free pass. I'm kind of in between there. I'm trying to balance my thoughts. Yep. Mario Land's music is so good. I think I'm kind of settling. I think maybe I do put it at the top of A tier. Come on, come on. Means we can get rid of the on deck tier. We can play Tetris as S tier. No, it's Land 1, not World 2. No. I know what you mean. Now let's think, chat. Am I really... Is this concrete? Is this the final? Bare minimum, yes. I do think... Okay, this stays here. This objectively has to stay here. Sounds good, Lily. Let's see. Yeah, Wii does stay above DS, and U stays above the other two. With their placement in relation to the rest of this tier. I have to reiterate, nostalgia does play into this list, or else Land could be lower, should be lower. Like, I think if I were talking to a casual person who never played either one, I would tell them that they should play both Land and Land 2, and that they'll probably like Land 2 more. Or if they can only play one, play Land 2. But I personally just have a lot of attachment to Land 1. It does feel kind of silly. This isn't about the Land thing, that silly thing I just did. It feels kind of silly and petty to keep these decent games above, or below, rather, the NES originals. But then I'm like, does it though? Because... yeah, maybe they should be above Mario 1. But these are defining games. So, like, that's kind of the factor that weighs in there. Like, what did you do to define anything? Nothing. Really, honestly. Like I guess that's also partially why Land 2 is kind of lower. Yeah, I'm trying to... Mine is more so personal favoritism, with a little bit of balance with regards to quality. So reminder, this is just Bowser's Fury, it's not 3D World at all. 3D World is up here. Bowser's Fury is just a weird outlier. I think I'm just gonna stop worrying about Bowser's Fury. Just leave it where it is. I'm glad you agree. The bad news is I might be rearranging stuff, so bear with me. I'm trying to also make sure that I'm not being personally petty about putting Mario 2 above Mario 3. I don't think that I am, is the thing. Like, Mario 2 is legitimately fun. And unique, and has its own ideas. And Mario 3 is really good. But I think what helps Mario 2 is that there's nothing else really like it. And Mario World is just a super refinement of the Mario formula, so... Kind of leaves Mario 3 feeling a little bit lesser to me. And again, all that kind of becomes moot, because I've got Mario All-Stars up here, which is... Like, it has all three of them. It feels kind of cheaty, but it's staying there. I think, honestly, I would have to say Mario 3D Land is a better game than Sunshine, but I personally do like Sunshine more. Here. Screw that. Put this on. I think A tier probably stays this way. Wonder could maybe go below All-Stars, but like I was saying, that's a little bit cheaty. Shut up, Fun. If All-Stars is just the three classics packaged together and arguably the best forms. I understand the people who prefer the NES versions. I have some NES preferences myself. But I think I'll leave this too. I think mostly what it is with Wonder is that there's a lot of good in it, and there's just enough that drags it right just out of S tier. I think that's a fair place. I really enjoyed that game, but when it came down to it, I like all these more. I might not change S tier either. I think I managed to nail this list down the first time, which never happens, but... like, world nostalgia carries on a weight here. And quality. There are some rough spots in this game for sure, but it's a very well-made game. A lot of cool secrets. And you're not really going to beat heavy nostalgic attachment. That's just the thing. That's why Link to the Past remains my favorite game of all time. And it is also a good game. I was thinking about whether Mario 3D World would go above 64, because 64 does have just some of the worst shit to exaggerate. To be funny and exaggerate. 3D World, as you just heard, has some fucking bangers. So does 64, but 3D World is one of the best soundtracks after Galaxy, I think. It's just, again, skipping songs that aren't part of the marathon. I do think these Mario games are at the, are above 64 and 3D World. It's just placing, well, okay, Galaxy 2 above Galaxy 1, that stays. Odyssey in relation to those is so fucking tough. Again, they are both fucking excellent games. They excel greatly at what they do, and what they do are completely different things. So it's apples and oranges. Although I prefer oranges now. I think it will keep the Galaxy games above. But again, they're so all three are just really fucking good games. Mario 64 and 3D World is like the last thing I'm looking at here. I'm actually now kind of thinking to myself, what would be this tier list if I were to turn it into actual quality? And if it was actual quality alone, I think everything is B and above. I could maybe talk myself into saying, like, Mario 1 and Land are in C tier because of just how much better everything else got after that and how primitive they are in comparison, but I wouldn't feel right putting it there. And we're not talking about that right now, so we're just gonna... I think 64 stays here. There is a very nostalgic hold that keeps 3D World from getting higher, but I could easily see a lot of people saying 3D World is a better game, or their favorite compared to 64, and I'd be like, you're correct. I could hear that argument for basically any Mario game. Someone's favorite Mario game is New Super Mario Bros. 2. Someone's favorite Mario game is Mario Bros. 2. That's fine. Like, there are people who love New Super Mario Bros. To death. That's fine. The Mario series is so good. That's right, all these games are fucking F tier except for Mario World now. I think that's so crazy. Obviously, thoughts will change. All the time. Like, my opinion on, like, ranking things against each other can shift around. I've looked at other tier lists I made in the past and I've gone, well, maybe I would change this and this and this. And every tier list I made on stream, I have rearranged at the end, looking at them again. I got this one right in one, I think. Which is wild. Again, when I look at it later, I'll probably change my thoughts on something. But for now, this feels good. Yeah. That'll do it. That will also conclude the entire Mario Marathon. I have plumbed my way through the Mushroom Kingdom. I've gone plumb stupid. Whenever a new Mario game comes out, I will probably revive the marathon, just like I will with Way of the Hero. Plus there's other like spin-offs and stuff I still want to play at some point. I do want to play the Wario Land games at some point, and maybe some Yoshi games. But those will all be their own thing, not part of this marathon. I love Mario games. I do not love Mario games as much as I love Castlevania and Zelda. The Castlevania thing's funny too, because like I didn't get into Castlevania until 2015, but I've been playing Mario all my life. So it's just a very funny thought. But Mario World is like definitely like the number 3. I I think in terms of important to my life overall, yeah, Mario is probably above Castlevania, but in the modern day, as far as favorite series go, this is probably number 3. And with good reason. I feel silly a bit. Not really, honestly, but like, I'm trying to find a better phrase for it. It feels superfluous, I guess, heaping on praise of a series that so many people love already. But also, like, fuck it. Love it. Love the thing that you love. Who cares how many people like it? Yeah, like, so many people already love it. That doesn't mean you can't love it too. You can't express your love for it. Love the things you love, no matter how popular they are or aren't. This is a very, very good song to go out on, actually, even though it's not part of the main Mario series, but... worry about being hip. Yeah, like, at the same time, if you have a niche thing that you love, that nobody else loves, then love it too. Don't be smug about it, but love it. I have a few games that I've found and discovered that I really fucking love to death, and nobody else knows about, or at least very few people do, and I'm like, I will continue to love it in my own way. I won't be like, aha, I love this thing you don't know about. I'm so cool and smart. No. I think about it on my own time, them rather, and just be like, damn, that's some good stuff. If more people find out about it, that's cool. And if I like something a lot of people like, that's cool too. I can just express my joy. Yeah. Thank you, Mario. Thank you so much for giving me games, I guess. This was a fun series, and I'll be glad to revisit it at some point, but obviously won't be anytime soon. I'm gonna post this list. I'll put the tier list link in the description, and I'll be back with more. I might, as far as future stream plans, I might not stream tomorrow, but I might. I know that at noon Eastern, there is I think it's called Triple I. There's a presentation that's going to have like a bunch of, it's 45 minutes long, with a bunch of different trailers of games and stuff. I don't know much more than that, other than there's going to be a new trailer for the new Castlevania. I just want to know the release date. Please tell me the release date. So if I stream tomorrow, it'll be after that. Obviously, that thing airs 3 hours before I stream. Maybe I'll play a Castlevania. I'm talking about Castlevania. Castlevania Rando, that is. We shall see. Yeah, one of my first games was Mario World, for sure. My first 3D game was Mario 64. My first GameCube game was Sunshine. My first Wii game was New Super Wii. Like, it seems like my first console game is usually a Mario or a Zelda. Like, Wii U was Wind Waker HD, Breath of the Wild was, Switch. Actually, Switch 2 was Mario Kart World. So there you go. You can consider Mario Kart its own thing, but still under the umbrella of Mario, so it counts to me. Yeah, 3DS was Ocarina of Time 3D. DS was Mario 64 DS. I don't remember what my first Game Boy Advance game was. I think my first Game Boy game was Pokemon, actually, though, so... We're talking about games that I owned, not necessarily games that I played on other systems. What to call it, though, before this song ends. But thank you all for hanging out for this Mario Marathon. I'm glad to share yet another game series that I love with you all. Inevitably, I'll find another series to start streaming, because I've been very much enjoying playing casual stuff on stream. As well as randomizers. It helps create a balance. But yeah. I want to see how much longer there is on this song before I had to cut it. About a minute. That's probably more time than I need. Well, yeah, someday Warrior Land. We shall see. Till then, as always. Well, first, thank you Genja for the resub, and as always, have a good one. Thank y'all for watching. and see you next time.